Are you looking for answers about extraterrestrials or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Greetings all. I imagine you've already heard of this, but I'll put this on my channel anyway. About that's set up right. We're aware of the connection with Saudi Arabia, and it's a nice ad there. And 9/11. So, you know, it got some attention, but of course I didn't check Fox. Probably not going to really, well, Washington Post, I believe it went to the Wall Street Journal also, I think. Yes, 9/11 victims citing, you know, families accused of homiciding with Saudi Arabia. So yeah, it's a sticky situation, and this is just what is known. But you know, there's not much uproar. There is uproar about it, but they're hiding this. But this is definitely evidence of how they're connected to it. So it's just obviously there's so much more that's not being said. There's definitely a cover-up with our government and theirs, so it's definitely very uncomfortable. We haven't really gone into 9/11 that much. Maybe in the future we'll touch into that a little bit, but it's definitely, there's evidence there, and obviously what we're connecting to, the alien information, you know, the suppression of information, of the truth. So that is definitely a red flag into the right ways, knowing there's a connection there. There's so much more that has not been declassified or ever will be, such as what happened to the Pentagon. I'm not sure if the aliens are even going to that. Somebody might, but for the most part, I believe it was a takeover of our country. And it was with the Patriot Act. But I think they wanted to go a lot further, and they're doing a pretty good job. But I think they really wanted to suppress this even more, but they didn't get to. Yeah, they're doing truly. I mean, it's already is a police state, but to really take away our rights, it really were. It was like a grab, definitely. And in 2008, they knew what was coming with that, but you know, those of the wealth were living well. But I think even they lost money and all that. But that's a different story there. But with 9/11, there was a lot more planned for that day. It wasn't just, of course, the anthrax. I remember that. But there was a lot more planned, and it's, as for future attacks, I think that's all been planned but not implemented. We're under protection to some degree. For how long is another story, who knows. But for so far, I don't foresee anything like that coming again. But it's done differently. It's done more social engineering. So, you know what I mean? Social engineering to keep us from connecting to each other. Of course, events like that bring us together, of course. You know, but they're social engineering us, through chemical warfare, obviously, through foods, and so it's a chemical warfare is what they're going, and social warfare also. That they pushed even stronger than before. Yes. As for an attack, it's hard to see something like that, but anything's possible. But at least for America, other countries, you know how that goes. At least for, attack on us is another way to attack on other countries also. At least as for the blame game. Such as Iraq wasn't really involved with it, but they were getting kind of tired of him, of Saddam, so they just, and Bush is part of that. He was their man. So yeah, and with the election of Bush being given I don't know if I ever posted this, but before Bush even started running for president, there's a video. It was on 60 Minutes. It was on one of those before CNN was ever CNN. I think it was around, but on one of the 3 networks, there was an interview about somebody said that Bush was interested in running for president, and the guy was saying they were just going to give it to him. I remember seeing that. I have no idea who said that, because I was pretty young during it. I mean, I don't forget how old I was, but it was in one of the interviews of the presidency. I think it was before Bush even got involved with it. But they were just going to hand him to, George W. Bush. Just hand him the presidency, which they pretty much did. So anyway. So I put that out. I don't remember. It was obviously before the internet and all that, but it was quite some time. I remember that. I don't think I imagined it. I don't think so. I can't forget. I'm surprised I remember it still. Yeah, because what they said, they just hand them the presidency just like that. So, but with 9/11 and everything, yeah, obviously Bush was their man to carry out what was going to. I don't think he didn't know what was going to happen. I'll tell you that. I don't think so. He knew something was planned, but he didn't have the details. Because he's on the public, he has to be. Cheney's a different story. Cheney had a little bit more information, but I don't think he knew either. But Cheney was really running that presidency. It wasn't Bush. Bush is what he is. And I think, yeah, every presidency's already pretty much locked and sealed already. It's just the public believes, they have freedom and all that. You know what I mean? I'd say I know who's going to win this one coming up, but it's already set up. They already know what's going on. It's just, it's the illusion of freedom. You know what I mean? How hard is it to really rig an election? How hard is it? It's not that hard. But, getting people to root for one candidate and another is very important. It keeps it stable to some degree. You know what I mean? The illusion of choice. So, I don't know if I don't think I made it that public, but definitely, it doesn't take much to see that Cheney was running. Of course, Cheney wasn't really running the presidency. Neither one of them were, but Cheney was definitely further into the rabbit hole than Bush. As for Bush, that was just, well, he's part of the bloodline, and I think he wanted to be a part of it to a certain degree, but then it became too much. It's like, in a lot of ways, like, he was already chosen. It's like, too bad you already signed up for this. We kind of signed you up for you, something like that. So it's I think there's 2 different ways, 2 different versions. It's like, publicly, yes, but there's another side. It's like he didn't want anything to do with it. Same as Obama, but I'm not sure what though. Obama seems to be more of a positive. I'm not sure. That's my opinion. More positive energy around him now than it was when he started. There's a lot more arrogance when he came in, and they kind of like thinned out over time. So anyway, at least that's my point of view. So blessings all. So as for this 9/11 video, basically, just there's evidence of what is being kept away, of the obvious truth. It's right in our face. And it tells you how honest our government truly is, which is not, So this is stuff we do know. What we don't know is So anyway, so blessings all. Much love. There'll be a webinar tomorrow night for members. So blessings. Good night.